This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So welcome everyone. I really appreciate your calling in. This is the How Do I Make the Most of My Walk Tools web meeting. And I'm very excited about it because I think the walk tools are a really great asset. And I think we just need to, familiarize ourselves with it. So if you have any questions during this presentation, then please just let me know. It's a pretty small group, so I think this is going to be great. So again, welcome, and here we go. So today, we're going to be working on the tools. So we're going to work on participant page tools, and that includes the account settings, dashboard, post, update, edit page, and donations, and then the team captain page tools, which includes dashboard, team members, edit page, and donations. And so let's just go ahead and get started. You can access your tools a couple of ways. When you first register, you should get this letter. It's an autoresponder. It goes to everyone who registers. And you can reach your fundraiser portal from here. Can everyone see that fundraiser portal? And then you can also access it from down here. So you can review or edit your registration details, view or edit your team page, and view or edit your personal fundraising page. So you can access your tools from there. And then what we're going to do is access it through the LSI website. So if you go to the LSI website, you can access the walk page right here. And of course, here are the buttons, and we're just going to click login. And if you forgot your email, obviously you can just click that button, and then it'll send you an email to reset your password. So this is what the back of your page looks like. And I am a team captain. Actually, my mom's the team captain, but I had to switch it over. So the team captains are going to have two pages, two tabs up here. If I were just a fundraiser, if I just had a participant page, then I would just have this tab here. So this is the back door to the fundraiser page. And if you want to see your page, you can just click the view page right here. And then that's
is this area that you're in, Mary, is that called the dashboard?
This is, yes, the dashboard, or I refer to it as tools, the tools section. Tools. But yes, but this is the dashboard tab right here. So it's dashboard, post update, edit page, donations, and then up here is account settings. So we'll go through all of these for the participant page. But I did want to show you guys, I'm sure you've seen it. This is your front page. And I actually moderately customized this page, but we'll go through how we do that. All right. So the first thing is we can go up to account settings, and this is the section where you can connect to Facebook, and I am connected to Facebook. I don't have a personal Twitter account, so I'm not connected to Twitter, but if you want to connect your social media, you just click that button, and then basically it's just going to ask you to authorize your account. So you'll need your login and password for which Twitter or Facebook in order to connect those. And the good thing about doing that is that you'll be able to post to Facebook directly from here. You know, that'll make a little bit more sense in a minute or so. But then down here,
Mary, is the purpose of doing that when you connect your social account to it, is that kind of okay, you post something on your Facebook and the people respond in whatever way, so that kind of avoids you from having to send out a solicitation to the contacts in your list?
Well,
because you're going to be putting it on Facebook, and it'll bring, if they are interested, it will bring them to the LSI page.
So I would say it's not really an either or. When we go through
Oh.
the dashboard, I'll show you some of the different links. So you can send an email. You can also send to Facebook, but this way you can just click from Facebook right through your tools, the settings right here. And again, you can just see I'm connected to Facebook. I'm not connected to Twitter, and then you'll see later on how that matters when we go through this.
Okay.
Okay. So also in the account settings, you can change your login information, and you can change and update your password as well. And again, that's up here at the top with account settings. And then we're going to click back. So here's the dashboard. We're back at the dashboard. Here's your my personal goal, and you can edit this if you want to. You can edit it to whatever you want. It defaults to $500, and you can obviously increase it or decrease it to whatever you want. And then down here is promote your fundraiser. So right here, this is an email. So if you click here, you can see that it doesn't have an address book. So you can cut and paste your addresses here. Or if you have a list, I think you can import it to your list. This is Outlook. This is my online Outlook, which is what it defaults to. And then this is just the default message. So this is something everybody pretty much has the same message, except that you'll see this link here, right here, the lupusil.salsalabs.org/20.
Where is that? Point to it.
So
where you're
I
pointing.
don't know if you can see it.
Oh, up at the top, horizontal menu bar.
Yeah, here. Can you see it now? Can you
Oh, I
see
see
it
your
now?
cursor. Yeah.
Okay, great. So that is that'll be your link. So if you click the mail button from here, nuts. Now I have to find out how to turn off the. There we go. If you from your tools click this, it'll have your unique page listed in there, right? And you can customize that letter however you want to. And you're encouraged to, and you can create your own subject. It just takes a step away. And then this here, I think we might have gone through this at the last one, but if you click this, the links, you will have, you've copied your page link. So if, let's say you don't want to go through the email, then you can go back to your own email and you can create a new message and paste your specific link right there for everyone who needs it, right?
Oh, so that will take the people directly to my fundraising page.
Exactly. So
Okay.
if we go back here, where did it go? Here it is. And then click on this. That's my personal, see what I mean? So it goes right directly to your page.
Okay.
So that's this. And then this here is the embed section. So you can either embed, a donate button to a website or a blog if you have a website or a blog, and you would just copy this. And you have you can change this button to some extent, like you can play around with the color. You can change the box if you want to, but the only place you can embed this is in a website or a blog. And then you can also embed the entire fundraiser right here. I don't know that many people have blogs or websites that they would do this for, but it's nice to know that you can if you know somebody who does. And then I saved the best for last. You can promote through Facebook, or you can promote through Twitter. And I'll click the Facebook because I'm already logged into that, right? So this is the suggested information right here, the suggested text. And again, notice how it has, you see my personal link there at the bottom.
Okay.
Of the text right here. And you can just share that, or you can compose your own. Either way, however you'd like to do it, you can do that. But we are going to.
That's a good picture you used.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. I'm trying to get the. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and share this standard on Facebook. And then if you have like a page, like we have obviously multiple Facebook pages for the Lupus Society, and I'm a manager of them, so I can post to a page, to a group, to an event, or just to my timeline. So I'm just gonna go ahead and post that. And it's as easy as that, you know, it's just as easy as that. So those are, and then Twitter is the same, except you're limited in characters, right? So those are the promote your fundraiser tools. Does anyone have any questions about that?
No, that was a good explanation.
No.
Okay, and then below that we have, these are all the notifications that you'll get, and these are team captain and then notifications, because they're all new team members. And then if you get donations, I think they're down there as well. So that is the dashboard. So here's the post update, and this is interesting because what we post here is going to go to Facebook, but what it will also do is go all the way down to the bottom of your page. See where you have this, where you have, you can post messages to your participant page. And so when you use that, when you use this post and update, as opposed to this button here, the promote your fundraiser, if you use post update, it shows up on your page. And then people have the option to comment on your page as well. So I'm just gonna, and then down here, because I'm posting as myself, I can post as an event as well, but I'll go ahead and post that. And so people can post this and show their support for your message right here. Okay, and other people can also, when people go to your page, they can also post.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is, I don't know why there's such a long hang time. When I did it earlier, it just popped right up.
Will the people know that they can post there? You know,
well, you can tell them, but anyone who, well, I think mostly it's just up to you. And I think a lot of people, this is a pretty standard sort of format for a page.
Oh.
So they used to, I think it's a relatively new feature because our runners really missed it. You know, like the marathon, we use the same system, and they really missed it that, you know, runners who've run multiple years, they like to get that, like, if I were to run 26.2 miles, I would expect people to leave me a message of encouragement as well. So that's kind of where that is. So that's the difference between post update, and you can see you can use Facebook or Twitter, and then you can also down here see your previous updates, right? So that's the earlier one that I sent. So any questions about post and update?
No.
Okay. Great.
Mary, this is Charles.
Hi, Charles.
It was clear right from the beginning when you indicated that you had the option of linking Facebook to all of this. So, you know, I've struggled getting stuff in and I couldn't figure it out. And when I looked, I'm online looking at my page, and I had not connected to Facebook. So I think that will solve a lot of problems for me.
Yeah, it's very straightforward as long as you're linked, right? If it's
That's
just a bit confusing. If you're not linked, you can still use And I know not everybody likes social media. You can still use the email, you can still use the link, and if you have a website or a blog, you can still embed your page. But you're right, posting updates, and it's just so much easier from your tools section.
Got it. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, then let's go to edit page. So this is the really fun stuff. And this is my individual page, right? And of this page, we can change this photo up at the top. We can change this profile photo to the left here. This here is my team. If you are not on a team, then you won't have one. But my team, and then in a few minutes, we'll go through the team page and we can alter this picture through the team tools. This story right here, that can be altered. Obviously, we went through the goal already as to how to change the goal. And then we just talked about the tool, posting a message and getting comments. So that's the page. Now let's go and make some changes. So if I want to change that profile picture, and remember, this is the photo that's on the left. And by the way, the profile photo stays with you. So if you register for another event and it needs a profile picture, it will keep this profile picture. So but it's always going forward. So let's just click change, and we'll upload a new image. And I am going to, I thought I had this open already. We got a lot of pictures. Here we go, tools meeting. So here is a beautiful picture of me and my niece Fiona. This is just for kicks, it's not from a walk. So what kills me about this, it's pretty funny. It says set viewable area, and if you play with this, you're like, wow, you can get her eye. You know what I mean? Like, but what you can do is open this up. So it's really just say dimensions, right? So it's not a great picture of me, but isn't she a cutie? That's my niece Fiona. Yeah. So let's just set this picture. This is how I want it, and of course you can do it. Like if I wanted to cut me out entirely, I could do that, you know, so you get to kind of play with this. You have a lot of control there. So we're just going to go ahead and accept this one. Okay, and then let's click view page. And it's up that fast.
Oh, okay.
So that makes it pretty easy. So that's that photo. Then under page settings here, if you click edit, this is where you can change your team name. So, or I'm sorry, your page name. I am not crazy about the fact that you can name your page. We prefer that people leave their participant pages with just their first and last name with page. Just because if you do set up a team, sometimes people name both their team page and their personal page the same thing, and it can be confusing. But you can change that. And then down below that, you'll see this is, you know, that link we've been talking about. This is it right here. So if I wanted to change this link to Warrior Princess, I could do that, right? But the thing is, I've already sent this link out. So if I were to change the link now, people who use the old link would not be able to access my page.
People that used your first link would not be able to use it?
Right, so remember the post I just sent out on Facebook, and it had my link on there, my personal page link? If I changed it now, the people who had it before would not be able to access my page. It would say like page doesn't exist, or page can't be found. You know what I mean? So that's what the page settings right there are for. So that's page settings right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the story. And this is our default story right here. But as you can see, it's very similar to Word. And I actually wrote something earlier. And you can create something in Word and then paste it in. Because this is a it's pretty small font, right? And why isn't it paste? Isn't that exciting? What is it? Control P to paste?
Control V like Victor.
Okay, there it is. So you can cut and paste, and here's your story. The other thing that's neat about that, like, see how I have Team Delir? Like, if I want to, I could look up Team Delir, the link for Team Delir. And see that there, so I can create a hyperlink right here from this letter. See this link right here?
Oh, okay.
Click that and then put your URL in right there and click OK. Then your link should be set. So from this page, you don't have to, you certainly, but it's nice to know that you can add links in here, you know? So we'll just hit submit, and then that's changed my story. And that's it right there. Right? And here's the link to my page. Although here's also a link to my page. So that's the My Story section of the edit page. And please stop me with any questions. Okay, so if you want to change the cover photo, which is the wide and narrow photo at the top, it's very similar to changing your profile photo. So you just upload a photo that you want. And let's see, I'll pick, there we go. And then very similar, you can move this up and down. This is not the greatest picture, but I'm just gonna save it anyway. That again is Fiona from when she went to a walk a few years ago. So there's that, and then you can just, again, view page, and it's changed up right there, right? I think that's it for the edit page tools. Okay, any questions there?
No.
No.
Anyone? All right, great. And then the last section here is donations. And I'm the only one who has donated my page. You also, when you registered, your registration amount is a donation. So that's going to show up here as well. So this is just a good place to keep track of the people who donate to you. And just so you know, if people donate online, they get an automatic thank you letter, and you should get a notification that somebody has donated to you. If they donate through the mail, offline, then if they have an email address, they'll get an autoresponder. And if not, then we send a letter. But I will tell you, we wait until the end of the event and send all of the letters like that at the same time. The other way people can get a snail mail letter is if they call in and request, or shoot us an email and request that they get a snail mail letter. And then all we have to do is print up the letter and drop it in the mail. It's very simple. One other feature about the donations page, if you do collect donations in cash or check, you can click this hyperlink right here. It says this form. And you can print this up right here. And it includes, it just makes it easier to keep track of everything that you are submitting, right? And you're going to want to write your team or your individual participant page right here. And you can print this page up. You can't fill it out online and then print it. You have to handwrite it. But that's available for you as well through the donations section tools. Okay.
Now, Mary, when somebody becomes your team member and they pay their $25 registration fee,
Mhm.
is that separate from making a donation?
That's a good question. So if somebody joins your team, it does not show up on your personal page. It'll show up in your team tools, and we'll go through those in just a second. So this is for the people who just straight up donate to your page, to your efforts, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but then
Any other
if somebody becomes a team member, isn't it also you need to encourage them to uh try and generate some donations on their own?
Yes, you can. And we're going to go through the team tools in just a sec.
Oh, okay.
But so this is literally just donations you get to your personal page.
Okay.
And then the donations to your personal page show up. Well, I don't have any, but they'll show up here. And then once, if you fill out the box, then it'll scroll. Okay. So that's that. All right, then let's tackle the team page tools. They're similar. And here your team goal is different than your personal goal. And Charles pointed out that if everyone registers and doesn't change their goal, then his goal goes higher and higher, right? So my team's goal is 2,500. And
Mary,
yes, ma'am.
there's a problem with the sound. It's going in and out. This is Kay.
Hi, Kate.
You're going in and out and breaking up. I don't know what's going on.
Can I ask everyone then, I'm going to mute everyone, and then if you have a question, just go ahead and unmute yourself. And is that helped, Kay? You can't talk because you're muted, so I'm gonna assume it is.
Yes, it helps.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so again, if you have any questions, unmute yourself and be sure to ask. Okay, so here we are on the team page. There we go. Here we are on the team page. And you can send an email. Similar, these tools look a little bit familiar, but from your team page, you're sending an email to your team members, right? You're not sending it to everyone, and you get to select who you'd like to send it to. And then here we go back to our page, and then there's no suggested text for this. You can just send your words of encouragement, Anita, like you were just saying, or say, oh, there's 3 weeks left until the top team t-shirts are determined and ordered. So we want to hit that $2,500 benchmark. Anything you can do, you know, so this is where you would send messages as a team captain to your team members. Okay. And I don't know how we ended up. Okay, so that's the dashboard. And then here again is a link, but this link is to your team. So when you put it in this, I'll put it actually right here so you can see. So I don't know if you can see this very well. You probably can't, but you can see both links look very, very similar. And you really have to look closely, but it's in this tail end that tells you whether or not it's which team it's on, right? So it's very important to try and keep your team name and your participant name separate so that they don't get confused. Okay, so that again is that link, and then again you can embed a donate button for your team. Again, you get to manipulate it however you want to manipulate it. But again, you need access to a website or a blog or something that accepts HTML. And you can also embed the entire team page, the whole fundraising page. Okay, So those are the dashboard tools. And again, you can alter your goal the same way that you can alter it on the on your individual fundraising page. All right, so any questions? You know what we should do is take a look at the team page. So this is the team page, and you can see it looks similar to the individual page. A couple of key differences. Notice how this ribbon is blue, and on your individual page, it's red. Here, Team Delir, that's the name of the team. Here, Mary Delir. And then down here, there's a different letter and there's a different picture. Now this picture obviously does not follow the team, so it's team specific. You know how the photo on your individual page, the photo on the left here will follow you if you register for other events that need a profile picture. You can also see this photo here is the same as the link badge right here for Team Delir under my team. So if we were to change this photo, it would change on the individual page. Okay. So moving on to the next tab, which is team members. This is everybody who's on your team. And you can email all of them or one of them. It's completely up to you, but you get the minimums, you get the amount raised, you get what their goal is, you get their progress towards their goal. It's very helpful as a team captain to see where what everyone's up to. And Anita, that'll help you as well. Like if you want to send an email to people who have raised $100 and say that is incredibly awesome, and then another email to people who've raised $25 and say, hey, did you know 5 of our teammates have raised $100, and see if it, you know, like you can definitely customize your emails, which is very, very helpful.
Now, Mary, the people that you have listed here as your team members, are they from a previous walk, or these are all new people for this year?
This year's walk. So these are my team. I don't believe it.
So far,
it
those are
doesn't.
your team members.
Yeah, it does not pull them over. But here's another way you can go and look and say, like your cousin Joe said that he joined your team, but you don't see him here.
Okay.
You can email me and say, hey, my brother Joe said he joined my team, but he's not showing up. And 9 times out of 10, they registered, but for whatever reason, they didn't join your team. They didn't select your team at registration. Sometimes they donate instead of register, which we can fix that as well.
Okay.
But you know, it's just helpful to look at this, I think, rather than going to the front end of the walk site and scrolling through and trying to figure it out, you know, with all of those, because here's the team page, right? And here are all the team members. You can see that like nobody has personalized their page except for me, because this is the default photo. Okay. All right.
Oh, your team members could put in their own picture, personalize it.
Exactly. Everyone who registers gets this fundraiser page. They get these. So everyone can use these fundraising tools. Everyone has them. With the registration, you get the page and you get a t-shirt. And
okay, Mary, say for example, 2 years ago, I had a team. Okay. Is there a way, do I have to look at my own personal stuff, or is there a way that I can see who my team members were before? So maybe I want to inquire with some of those people, and maybe I don't want to try and recruit them, but to have a place to start at, like who helped last time.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, this one does not keep track at that level. What you can do is call me or Tori, and we can pull up a list of the people who are on your team or the people who donated to your team.
Oh,
And just so you know, we would, like, if you're the team captain, for you, we'll give you the team members. If just another team member were to call and say, I want to know who was on Anita's team, we wouldn't do that.
yeah, right, of course. That
Right.
makes
Just so you know, we're very
Right.
careful about the information we send. Like if one of your team members called and said, I want to know who donated to my personal page, we would share that.
Yeah, because that's on their page, right?
Exactly. So
Okay.
just so you know, like we are very careful with our data.
Okay.
Okay, so we went through dashboard, team members, and now we're going to go to edit page. So here's this team profile photo, and let's just go ahead and change it. Very similar. This should all look very familiar. And let's put my dog in there because she's adorable. And again, here's this teeny tiny little square that I'm going to expand and then just use that, right?
Mm-hmm.
She loves it when I dress her up.
Really?
Okay, so that's Sky. And then here, similar to the other, you have your team settings. So let's say you want to change your team name, and we'll just change it to Delir Team. You can do that, but you're again not going to want to change the URL once you've used it. Because if you change this, and hopefully everyone can see what I'm talking about, this highlighted section here, if you change this after you've sent it out, the people that you sent the old link to will not be able to access the new link, right? You would have to send them something again. So it's always best just to leave this be so that nobody gets frustrated and clicks a link that isn't there. And you definitely don't want to irritate anyone who's going to be kind enough to donate to you.
Mary, I think you have to scroll your page up some because I couldn't see what you were pointing at.
Okay, so see how it says Team Delir down here? Okay, so that is the end of your URL. So this custom URL, let me see if I can get the arrow again. So here's the custom URL.
Yes.
And this section right here, Team Delir.
Yes.
If I were to change this, see how I changed the team name to Delir Team? If I were to change Team Delir to Delir Team, then this link, this URL wouldn't work.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So once you've sent this URL out, you don't want to send it out again. You know,
Okay.
you don't.
So are you saying that, say I sent out to 15 people and then a week later, oh, I have a new 15 people I want to send out. I would just send them out this same custom URL with that name that's to the right that got your cursor in right now.
The Team Delir. So,
Yeah,
all right, remember when we were in the team tools and we were back here and we clicked this link and I copied the team. This is the team link because we're in the team page. And I went to this email and I clicked and I pasted it, right? So here's my, and I send this out to 50 people. And then I go to my tools, right? And I go to edit page, page settings, and I change it to this here to Delir Team. And I change this, oh, see, it won't let, oh, no, it's got a spot in it. And I save this, right? Yes, it's going to ask you if you're sure because it's a big change, right? So if you say, yes, I'm sure, then it saves it. But then if you go back to here, and here's the link that I've sent out to 50 people, right? And I click it, it's going to go nowhere. Nope, there it is. It opened up, but it's not supposed to. I don't know why it is. Actually, I have so many that are opened, I don't even know that that's the right.
Oh yeah, you might not have clicked on the right window.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't seem to. Anyway, you don't want to change it. I don't know why it's doing that, but maybe I didn't hit save. Oh no, I did hit save, didn't I? Yeah.
I thought I saw you save.
Yeah. So because now if you go back here and you go to your URL, it should be, yeah, delete team. So one of them shouldn't work.
I think the one up above it, right?
Yeah. But for some reason, and you know, my guess is it's because we're on this conference call that it's happening. But I just it shouldn't work because the URL, as someone who's worked with this a lot, if you change that URL, it's not going to go somewhere, you know?
Yeah, right. You don't want to change the original.
Right. So
what you're changing is just the name of the name in front of the your URL, basically the show name, you know, your team name. It doesn't change the link.
So if you change, you can change the name without changing the URL. But
yeah.
I think it's why setting up your page at the beginning is oh, it'll remain active for a time, but may be claimed by another fundraising page. So that's that explains it right there. So it'll work until it doesn't work again. So those are the page settings on edit page. Hopefully that confusing section makes sense. And then here's another story. The story of for your team page goes right here. And again, looks very similar to Word document. And you can include links if you want to. You can bold and personalize it if you want to, however you want. And then the last thing on this page is the cover photo. And that's that photo at the top. Let's just do this one for kicks. And again, here you go with this. This isn't really fun. It's not a keeper, but there we go. Those are my nieces and nephew. So we'll just go ahead and leave that. And then if you view page, there it is. So it saves it very quickly. And this you can change. You can change the photos 1,000 times. It really doesn't matter.
Well, that kind of would be something that might be helpful, because then if people start noticing you changing that cover photo, it might encourage them to come and, oh, what did she put on there now?
Right. Or you could use it as an incentive, like as a team captain. You can say, first person who hits $100 raised gets, I'm going to use their photo. You can even use their photo on the profile photo, the team profile photo, right? Like, you know, like I put Sky right here. So you can choose either one. But yeah, that's a great idea, Anita. You can change this photo 1,000,000 times, and you can change this photo 1,000,000 times. It really, it's at your discretion. Okay. So that's the edit page section. And then we're going to go to donations. I don't have any team donations, but this is what's interesting. So if someone goes to your team, people can donate to your page or to your team. And if they donate to your team, they click this button here and they donate to your team, it'll show up on that page, right?
On the team page.
It'll show up here. And you'll see that this is right here to the left here. This thank you for your support. You'll notice these are all the team members and how much they've raised so far. So this, if somebody donates to my niece Brenna, then $50. Then Brenna's total here is going to be $60. But let's say it was Mary Jones donated $50 to Brenna. Mary Jones isn't going to show up on this page. Mary Jones will show up on her personal page, on Brenna's page. Does that make sense? And that's the difference. But if somebody donates to the team page, then it'll show up here.
on
the team page, but not on your individual page. Lots of times team captains will call up and they'll say, somebody donated $100 to me, but it isn't showing up on my roster. And when we do some digging, we find out why. It's because you can't have it both on your individual page and your team page if it's a donation. Does that make sense?
It's like counting double.
Exactly.
And for accountability for your totals, it would throw it off.
Completely. You're absolutely right. That's exactly it. So the other interesting thing is, obviously this is my family. So if I send out this team page to a cousin and they go down here and they're like, well, I like Lynn best, then they can click here and donate directly to Lynn. And Lynn is fantastic. I could see why somebody would want to do that, right? So this is Lynn's page. So everybody gets to customize their page if they want to. Okay? So, but this is where you...
So when we solicit people, Mary, to be our team member, wouldn't that be an encouraging thing? Or do they discover that when they become a team member that they have those types of flexibilities? You know, to be creative with their own page.
So everyone who registers will get this letter, right? So this letter will explain that they can access their fundraising page.
Okay.
Right? So everyone has that, and everyone has that option.
Okay. That's already done for us, that homework.
Exactly. And then
I have a question about the letter.
About the what?
About the letter that lets us know that someone has donated or joined the team.
Okay.
Sometimes the name is shown at the bottom, and sometimes there's no name. So then I have to go to the page and go through and see who's been added. So is there a reason that sometimes the name isn't shown on the letter?
I think the only reason it wouldn't be on the letter, because it's an automatic letter, the only reason it wouldn't show up is if for some reason the donor didn't want it to show up. You know what I mean? And I guess I could consider, I think this might be the case if, for instance, I donated, but I wanted it to show up as coming from my mom. So they take my credit card information, which they have to do because they have to verify the credit card address. But my mom might show up on your page, but you would get the autoresponder for the letter saying that it came from anonymous. Does that make sense?
Because that's the name that's on the credit card.
Right. So and that's the only one that comes top of mind. But since it's an automatic letter, then like we aren't doing it. The only reason I could see that it would be a deviation would be if somebody clicked anonymous. And it would be possible for them to not want you to see the person who's actually donating, but want to say, Winnie Delir donated this amount. Do you know what I mean? So,
I see.
Yeah.
And then another case I had was a name was on my team, but I never got a letter for the person. But I know that they were supposed to. I found out, I had to dig and find out who it was, but I never got a letter for that person.
So so what I think happened there, Kay, and this is just a guess, I can test it out later. My guess is that they registered and then they were like, oh boy, I was supposed to join Kay's team and I'm not on Kay's team. And then we moved them over and maybe it doesn't generate a letter then, I'll have to look into that. But that would be the only scenario that comes top of mind, because again, like these letters are just automatic. Like we edit all of them before the site opens, and then they're set up. That's part of why we pay for the Salsa system, is they're set up to send that out, you know? So like if someone joins your team, you get a notice that they joined their team, and then they get the letter saying, this letter saying, you know, here's your fundraising tools and here's your tax information, and you know what I mean?
Right.
And it just
And
makes
I think
it.
that's a really good thing. That's part of my positive part for the day.
Oh,
When
good.
I get those letters that somebody has donated, that makes me feel
Yeah.
good.
Oh, for sure. It's always nice to know someone's thinking of you, you know? And I hopefully these tools are helpful as well. I think they're pretty, I'm not the world's greatest social media person, but I am constantly impressed by these updates and the things that you can do with Facebook and with social media. So we do have a couple minutes left, and I just wanted to go through. So this is Lynn, my sister-in-law Lynn's personal page. So if we want to donate, we click this button, it's going to automatically go to Lynn. You can see that it's going to go to Lynn because it's right up here, my personal page, Lynn Delir, right? And then if somebody wants to, let's see here. So we're back on the team page. So let's say I go to Steve's page, and here's his personal page, right? And he's like, oh, I want to join this team. You click here, right? And then you can click register here, and it's going to, well, yeah, I don't want to go through it all, but it'll automatically populate for Team Delir, right? But the other thing is, let's hope I can get back now. Yeah. If he were to click register here, he would also automatically have Delir filled in as the team.
That person could register on
right here,
one
Team
of
Delir.
your team members' page and yours.
Yes, so it
They could
defaults.
register at to be on more than one team.
No, so
Oh,
we're all on one team. Sorry, it's, I know. Oh no, okay. Oh, that's not going to be right. Sorry. So I guess what I'm pointing out, and this is a relatively new feature. So this is my individual page. If somebody wants to donate through an individual page, the donation will go to my page, right? And
okay.
it'll show up down here.
Okay.
Okay. And then, oh, my brother donated. And then if they want to register for this is my personal page. If they want to register for my team through my personal page, it will anybody on my team, if somebody clicks the registration button, and everybody has the same template of a page. So if somebody clicks register for my personal page, for my sister-in-laws, for my brothers, for my nieces, everyone, the team will default to my team.
Ah, okay.
Okay. And from everyone on my team has this badge that they're on my team, right? Every personal page for every member of my team has this badge.
What badge? I don't see what you're pointing to.
My team, Team Delir, $305 of $500.
Oh. Okay,
This
okay.
section, every team member will have this badge, right? Just like on the team page, all of my team members will be listed at the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And keep clicking show more until everybody's on there. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like if you have a team and you have an extended family and they want to donate, but you know your cousin is on your team and sent out his page. If they click the register button and the person on this page is on your team, then they're going to end up on your team. It'll default to that team in the registration process. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Let me just show you in
Yes.
contrast. It does? Okay, great, Kay. So if you go to just the home page, like if you were just to send out the lupuswalkil.org page and they clicked register, they would have to select your team from a list. But if they click it through your team page or from anyone on your team, it'll automatically default to your team.
All right,
Okay?
I got it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So that is pretty much all of the tools. Does anyone have any questions? No, that's a no. All right, this is great. I hope you guys found this helpful. I know I did when I really started diving into it. So hopefully you guys did as well.
Yeah, we just have to do. And
Yeah, no,
just have to do it.
for sure. All right, if you guys have any other questions or run into any problems, just shoot me an email or give me a call, and I will. I'll be happy to help you in any way that I can. Otherwise, thanks so much for calling in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mary.
I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much.
Everyone, it's gonna